Hey, what's up, YouTube? It's DUBKDAD. It's that time again. Cards that should exist. Chess piece Archfiends. The way I envision this deck is kind of a reactive deck. I kind of styled the cards after Hieratics and Six Samurais, sort of like heroes and windups. So I kind of like this borrowed strategies from all these different decks to design these cards. And the thing about it is, the deck, like I said, is reactive, and it depends on your opponent doing something. Kind of like in chess, your moves are pretty much dictated by what your opponent does, or getting them to do something, so that way you can apply this certain action. And I think you'll like it. So, we have all the cards here. And here we go. First card. Every good archetype needs search card. Strategy, white. Add one Valpon Archfiend monster to your hand from your deck or graveyard. If you control a Terror King Archfiend, also add one Desrook Archfiend to your hand from your deck or graveyard. It's pretty straightforward. Next, strategy, Giocho Piano. Activate only while you control a face-up pawn Archfiend monster. Apply these effects according to the number of monsters your opponent controls. So these effects are going to be cumulative based on the wording. They control 0 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Valpon Archfiend monster. 2 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Valpon Archfiend monster. 3 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Shadow Knight Archfiend monster. So basically what that's saying is, play white, summon your Valpon, they control no monsters. You activate Giocho Piano, you get a second Valpon. They control 2, play white, add Valpon, summon, play Giocho. Now you have 3 Valpon Archfiends. The one you summon, and then the one special summoned by Giocho Piano. If they have 3 or more, then you play white, add, summon, you get your 2 other Valpons and a Shadow Knight. So this way, you can counteract your opponent's swarm. Next card, strategy, Archfiend's Defense. And I hope you avid chess players appreciate the names that I gave these cards. Again, cumulative effects. Activate only while you control a face-up Knight Archfiend monster. Apply these effects according to the number of monsters your opponent controls. 1 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Shadow Knight Archfiend. 2 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Shadow Knight Archfiend. 3 or more special summon from your hand, deck, or graveyard, one Valpon, and one Dark Bishop Archfiend monsters. You cannot conduct your battle phase this turn. It's called Archfiend's Defense. You're not attacking. It's basically a card you use like Gemini Spark. You summon, they bottomless, you chain Archfiend's Defense, and then you make up for the advantage. You make up for the bottomless, you get your plus. They attack, they dark hole. Well, not a dark hole, because that'd be useless. But they attack, or they play Smashing Ground. You play Archfiend's Defense. You play Soul Taker, you play Archfiend's Defense. They compulse, you play Archfiend's Defense, etc., etc., etc. While they have a monster on the field, you know what I'm saying? So also, like again, you can't conduct your battle phase, so it doesn't give you that unfair advantage of swarming with these big ass 2,000 beaters that the Shadow Knight Archfiends are. Next card. Strategy, Castle. It's a continuous trap. Add one Desrook Archfiend monster to your hand from your deck or graveyard. If your opponent controls a monster, special summon one Terror King Archfiend from your hand, deck, or graveyard. When this card leaves the field, destroy all King Archfiend monsters on the field. So, it's a good turn 1 set. You can chain it to MST, you flip it, add Desrook. They go to attack. You flip over Strategy Castle, add the Desrook, then special summon the Terror King. Now you have a 2,000 negator on the field, and you have a Desrook to save it in case they MST it. It's pretty cool. Or if you have multiple of these down, they go Heavy Storm, you flip them all, and you get 3 Desrooks. Or if they don't, they go to attack, you flip them all, you have 3 Terror Kings. It does special summon, and all these cards special summon, so they all can be stopped by warning or fossil dining. The other counter trap, or the other card is a trap. It's called Strategy, Queen's Gambit. When your opponent activates his spell, trap, or monster effect, tribute one Archfiend monster you control, and if you do, negate that spell, trap, or monster effect. Then special summon one Queen Archfiend monster from your hand, deck, or graveyard. So that allows you to special summon Infernal Queen or Imprison Queen Archfiend, 2,600 beats, or her 900 beats, 1,500 defense. And it's a counter trap, so you just can't randomly set it and then play it. You have to actually tribute an Archfiend monster you control to activate it. So it comes in real good when you activate your Giocho Piano with your Volpons. Now, unfortunately, Yu-Gi-Oh! Card Maker doesn't provide templates for Xyz monsters. I'm going to have to find a way to do that. So I also created two Xyz monsters for the archetype. The first one is rank 2. It's called Queen's Pawn. It's rank 2. Like I said, it requires 2 level 2 Fiend type monsters. So it's kind of generic in that it requires 2 Fiend type level 2 monsters. But you wouldn't want to run it anything because it only supports this archetype. While this card has materials, neither player has to pay life point during the standby phase for Archfiend monsters. So it has the Pandemonium effect. It has that part of the Pandemonium effect. Once per turn, you can detach one material from this card to add one strategy card from your deck to your hand. So, you know how good White, Pawn, and Giocho Piano is. So, and also Queen Strategy, all the cards are called Strategy, so it basically is another tutor. You can activate your Giocho Piano. If you go first, overlay for Queen's Pawn, detach a material, add Queen's Gambit, set your field, or if you want to swarm a little bit, remember, Giocho Piano says a Pawn Archfiend monster, so it's a Queen's Pawn Archfiend. You activate Giocho Piano again, and get your guys, get another pawn, then set your Gambit if you already opened with one, and now you only have to tribute your little shitty 1,200 attack pawn to negate a Heavy Storm or Dark Hole. Next is Imprison King Archfiend. Rank 4 requires the attack for Queen's Pawn Archfiend, 1900 attack, 200 defense. Alright, Imprison King Archfiend, rank 4, requires 3 level 4 Fiend type monsters. But, like Utopia Ray and Gaia Thundercharger, you may also exceed some of this by using Queen Pawn's Archfiend as material. If this card has no materials during the standby phase, it is destroyed. So that means the next standby phase, your opponent's or yours, if it has no materials. So Tim Tempo puts in work again. During either player's turn, when a Fiend type monster is targeted by a card effect, detach one material from this card and negate and destroy that effect. So the effect Veiler, you detach. If they Soul Taker, Compulse, detach. So this makes it so that it's mandatory. It has to negate. So you can force negation, especially if they overlaid Queen's Pawn. It'll generally only come out with 2 materials. So you can force those 2 negations, and then when your opponent ends their turn, Imprison King Archfiend dies because it has no materials during the standby phase. 2,500 attack, 1,200 defense. That's the monsters, that's the cards, that's the support I came up with. It may not seem like it, but it took me 2 weeks to come up with this. I tried really hard. I'm trying to get better at this. Tell you what, if you guys would like to see maybe a duel with these, because I have the ability to print out these cards, print these out these cards I designed, and then build a deck and play against a wind-up player, because there's some wind-up players at my locals. There's 6 Samurai players at my locals. If you guys are interested to see that, let me know down below. Thumbs up this video, and then I'll put together a deck using these cards I created. And if you guys like that video, the duel, then for each time I do one of these cards that should exist, I'll build a deck using the created cards, and then see how it would do in real life. I think I think it'd be pretty cool. I get to see how busted or how shitty my ideas really are. Just thinking about it kind of makes me laugh because I know my opponent's gonna be like, "What the fuck is going on here?" But yeah, if you guys really want to see that, let me know. This is really fun for me. Again, like my last the last couple of videos, these hardly get any views. I have 17,600 subscribers, and these only get like 1,000 views, but they're fun for me to do, so that's why I keep doing them. I'm sorry if it's wasting your time, but what can I say? It's DUBKDADONE.